Just give me a moment while I start setting things up. It's just going to be a little bit. Just going to swipe out of Stream Buddy, so I'm not going to use that anymore. Actually, I'm going to close it. Just close Stream Buddy. Close, come on, close. And go over to IRL Pro. Just thinking out loud, guys. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. We'll fix that in a second. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Check check check. Test test. Now audio okay? Are we good? Oh yeah. There we go. Crop. How's it going? Yep, okay, that's okay. On this scene, I usually have the music up louder than me. And then when I switch to the Cam 1 scene, my proper one, it changes. So the mic should go up. But I also might need to adjust the volume. Hey Naresh, how's it going? Oh, okay. I'm getting duplicate messages coming through. That's okay. It's something that I could fix. I'm gonna have to work through this. Alright, let's switch it up. Now I'm going to type in a command on my iPhone. Just going to type it in, !live, in order for us to switch scenes. So let's give that a go. That should switch scenes to the Cam 1 scene in OBS. Hello guys. Hello Ray, hello Naresh, hello, who else do we have? Corrupt Cow. Hello everyone who's tuning in to today's live. This will be a short stream. Maybe. We'll see. I always say that and then they don't end up being short streams. I'm recording some B-roll for what could be a future video. And that is how to go live with IRL Pro, kind of like on easy mode, hopefully. So we're using the S23 Ultra today. That is our main streaming device. We've got audio coming from the Ulanzi J12. Maori. Why is it getting duplicate messages for Hey, that's awesome. Good to hear that. Thank you. Well, this could be our second upload where I show you how to IRL live stream with IRL Pro on Android. Yo, hey Mansoura, how are you? I wonder, I could probably fix it, but I think I might leave the duplicate messaging. It appears to be just YouTube where that's happening. I wonder why. Oh, unless I've got two relays enabled. You're great, awesome. Right, so we're testing the setup. I haven't used it in a little while. I've been really happy with my other one, streaming with Moment and Action 4. Yeah. So after Lyrics went premium, I was looking at my options, and IRL Pro was at the time one of the only ones out there. So I started using it, really enjoyed it, and then maybe about a year ago, that's when I heard about Mobile. I've been a big fan since. But you've got options, and this is one of them. Ooh, got a bit of wind noise there. I think this is as minimalist as I would be comfortable using this setup here. As I just explained, we've got the S23 Ultra running IRL Pro. We've got the Ulanzi J12 wireless mic system plugged into it. I've got the S23 Ultra on the Ulanzi JJ02 mini tripod. As you guys may have noticed, the audio was really quiet earlier, and that's because I didn't have an internal mic plugged in. So that's the problem when you don't use an external mic. I'm going to stop recording on here. I'm also going to try and turn up my audio. We're currently on -6. How do you reset? Double tap to reset. One moment, guys. Your reset doesn't work. There you go. Now we're on 0. Okay, let's see. Audio should be a lot louder now. How do I minimize my little chat thing? Oh, there we go. Audio's good, yeah. I think it's because depending on the mic that I plug into the S23 Ultra, it can be too loud or too quiet. This is one where I need the input gain inside of IRL Pro to be at 0. But when I use the mic mini, I think I have to dial it down to -6. So I just have to remember the input gain and IRL Pro adjust according to the mic. But I thought I'd use this mic today because it's one of the best mics I've found for the price. It does have a couple of downsides to it, and that is, well, there's no windshield. You could jury rig something up, and also there's no limiter or audio gain control, anything like that. Other than that, it's a really good mic. The quality I think comes out of this for the price is really good. Otherwise, my go-to is the DJI mic mini because it connects directly to the action camera, you know. Right, going back a little bit. Nourish. How do I say your name? Sento? 1285 says, my internet provider is not giving me a private IP and I'm under CGNet. Can you help me how to best overcome this? Well, there's two ways I know. The first way is with a service like Belabox Cloud. So if you use their service, it bypasses anything like that. So there's no CGNet problems, there's no block ports, private IP, you don't have any of those problems, but it is there is a monthly fee attached to that. So that is one of the first ways I found out how to do it. The second way could be with let's see. I've recently heard about tail scale, so that might be an option, but it sounded rather complicated. You need an app that's on your computer and also an app that's on your phone. You log into an account and then it's going to link the two up. So that might work. You might have to look into it because it's very early days for me on what tail scale is. Oh yeah, cool. Trying to make sure that I've got B-roll here. Alright. So there's two things you could try. There's not much you can do about them because they're outside of your control, both of those things, you know. If your provider won't give you a private IP, what can you do? Change providers maybe? The CGNet is a lot more complicated. Multi-wave. Okay. Right. Latest upload, hey, thank you. And then yeah, this could be a second follow-up video to that one that I've got on my YouTube. When I was watching it back, I was thinking, man, this is kind of complicated. kind of complicated, a lot of steps involved. So let's go with something simpler that most folks could start with and then build up from. And in fact, is what I was using, let's say, 2 years ago. Cool, Naresh. Yeah, give that a go. Like I was only reading about it yesterday. I've heard about Tailscale come up in some of my streamer friends' streams. Thinking, oh, okay, what's this Tailscale thing? And I was looking it up last night. Let's see, you sign up to the service, and so just to answer your question there, Naresh, about Belabox Cloud, easy to set up or complicated? Nah, it's pretty easy, really. So only downside really is that you pay $10 a month, $10 US. So that's the only downside. Other than that, if it was free, everyone would use it, you know. But it just makes it so much easier. You put a URL and you're streaming it, whether it's IRL Pro or Mobile, and you put another URL and your media source and OBS. One there, one there. And my video on how to set up, just look up Belabox Cloud on my YouTube profile. Goes through what to do. So I showed two options on my channel. One which is port forwarding, which is free, and then the other way is Belabox Cloud, not free, but then so much easier. In fact, I can do both, and I use Belabox Cloud. Yeah, and I'm so used to how wide the action camera is. I have to move my phone quite a fair ways back to get a similar look, because I have it in the same sort of position that I would the Action 4, but it's not as wide. Hello N41. But Tailscale don't like SRTLA, no? I'm still new to it. I can't really comment on it, but if you just do like a Google search and then it gives you the AI response, apparently set up Tailscale on your home computer, another one on your phone, you sign into your account, and then if you've got something like a self-hosted RIST server or SRTLA relay server, then you'll have a URL for, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame about that. I think I need to stop this duplicate messaging that I'm getting. Let me try and fix that. Try and fix it on the fly. That's usually not a good thing. I thought I could sort of power through it, but no. Hearing the duplicate messages, and it appears to only be from YouTube where that's happening. I think I've got 2 relay chats enabled. Yeah, so when I hear messages from Twitch, fine, just one. From Kick, just one. But YouTube, I'm getting 2. And I think it is because I've got 2 relays on. Relaying YouTube messages twice. I think. Audio's good now. Hey, thank you, Maori. iPhone is chat phone. Yes, yeah. So just to answer your question there, Maori. The iPhone is my chat phone today. I thought I would start with using just the S23 Ultra, but it's just so hard and clunky, especially when you're streaming. Your footage has to be like this, but then to do anything on your phone, you kind of have to move it into portrait mode. So it either you use the phone sideways, which doesn't really work well, or yeah. So that's why, if you can, just get yourself a cheap phone and then use that. Use that to do things for your stream. Upload. Okay, just going through the messages. See if there are any. See if there are any that I missed. Whoops. It's very windy today, in case you didn't notice. I'm going to lower the phone. That's a little, yeah, so less prone to fall over. Phone's okay. Phone's alright. Let's change our angles over here. Okay, right. Stop screen recording. Yeah, I think I can. Kind of run out of memory. Let's see, in 41 I make tutorials on IRL live streaming, so if this isn't something you'd like to get into, then that's what my channel covers. There are some overlap with my content if you are just like an at-home streamer. So there's some content in there that could help you, but for the most part, what my content covers is IRL live streaming, like what I'm doing right now. So recently I've been a big fan of using Mobile, which is an iPhone app, but I thought I'd go back to using an Android. Yeah. And I've played around with lots of different types of IRL setups. It all depends, like for you, what you would like to do or get out of your live streams. And I've tried to cover them. Why? Why what? I forgot why was it? What do you mean why? What was I saying? I think I can stop recording over here too. Okay. So I was recording some B-roll on here. I think we got most of what I wanted. I'm going to do one more. Oh, actually, I should switch you guys. Why Android? Oh yeah, I just want to provide options, because I know I've got friends who have iPhones and friends who have Android. So, you know, it makes sense to show how you can live stream with both, because I have both. I've got an iPhone, which I usually or have been using, and then I've got an Android. So yeah, that's why. I'm going to grab you guys. I'm going to pop you onto this taller tripod. Yeah, I don't know. I think all phones can be expensive now. Before, Android used to be the cheap option, but now you get Androids at just as much as an iPhone. Ooh, windy. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so let's pop you guys into this one. Now I'm going to do this. I should have bought my chest mount. Yeah, so I've got you guys up onto a much taller tripod. I think the angle's going to look a lot better up there rather than where the little mini tripod was. Now I can stop recording. Okay, so that's what we look like now. Okay, don't need the action camera now. One moment. This can go in the bag. In 41, how do you switch cameras live? Do you switch scenes on OBS? I can, yeah. I have, let's see, a couple of different ways of doing that. With the phone, it has the option of switching cameras. So you can just press a button on screen, like that, to go to the back camera, or press another one to the front camera. So it's a very simple scene switching thing. On iPhone, it has a similar system where you have different scenes for cameras, but you can add lots of others. Let's say one of those scenes that you switch to is an action camera. So you can add and remove whatever scenes you want. And then in, let's say, in OBS, you can have other scenes there. Like my setup, I've got a starting scene in OBS. I have a live scene and BRB privacy scene. I've got a slideshow scene. And in order to change scenes in OBS, I use a chat command. Like on real-time chat over here, I would type in, let's say, privacy. I type in exclamation mark privacy. And I just typed in a chat command live, exclamation mark, live, in order to change OBS to my live scene. The privacy, just a filter, blur filter. Nothing fancy about it. Yeah, there's lots of filters you can add in OBS, and that's one of my favorites. I use it in a lot of places. I think it's called blur composite blur. Yeah, I think that's the name. I think I heard about it probably from Nutty. Nutty's a wealth of knowledge. If you're into streaming, wanting to make a really cool stream, then you'll learn a lot from that fella. And so I use, that's one of them. Another one is the move filter. Move filter, composite blur. I don't have that many. I think I maybe have 5 filters that I use. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Don't remember. Hey, thank you. You're too kind. Oh man, I really need to fix this duplicate messaging. I'm going to try over here. Then I can remotely log into my computer. Am I still recording? I think I stopped. Or did I? Just having a look. Okay, well. If you have any questions, great time to ask now while I'm trying to access my computer. Oh, thank you. No, I meant, I don't want to ban my bot. So, my bot is how I'm able to hear your messages. But the problem is it's reading them out twice. Any messages on YouTube, If you type hi, it'll say, Bob says hi on YouTube. Okay, cool. Hi, Bob. And then it says, Bob says hi on YouTube a second time. Okay. So it's just the duplicating I don't want. If I banned it, then I wouldn't get any messages at all. My bot tells me a lot about my stream. Oh yeah. So I'm just in my computer. I logged in remotely. I'm just going to have a look at StreamerBot. So my relay. I'm just going to look for a second one that's for YouTube. The Shiz. How's it going? Hey Shiz. Sup? Welcome in. Okay. So, oh man. I'm using a different app. I'm using a real-time chat to hear messages. It doesn't have the ability to give users nicknames, or at least I don't think it does. Oh, it won't work for this anyway because I'm relaying messages. So it's only in Mobin where I've got and StreamBuddy where it will give users a nickname. Sure, the bro. Sure, that's the one. Okay. Relay. Oh, okay. That one's active. Relay chat for Twitch and YouTube. Oh, okay. I think it's this other one I need to disable. I think we found it. It might be okay now. Would someone on YouTube please like to say something? Just typing in a message, hello. So I know anything after the hello is hopefully corrected StreamerBot. Okay, N41 says, first. Do we have a second message? We don't. Okay. Alright, problem solved. This was something I only set up before today's stream. So I was thinking, how am I going to be able to hear messages from Kik and YouTube? So I set up a relay inside of StreamerBot to be able to send the messages into Twitch chat so that I could hear them here inside of real-time chat. This is supposed to be the simple setup, the easy mode. Oh, shucks. Crack up. Okay, I can swipe out of here now. So I'll just exit. So I'm still recording. Yeah, alright. Great thing about IRL Pro is I can use it in the background. I don't need to, it doesn't go to BRB. GG. Okay, we're sorted on our duplicate messaging, and it was pretty easy. I had a feeling that's why. It was a second relay still there. Just to explain that bit. Powerful. TSS, do you mean TTS, text to speech? For your own use, have a ton of options. can't stop editing them. Stop. I think the most important bit, let's see, TTS. You don't want it to read out emojis. If you can exclude emojis from TTS, that's important. Okay, thought so. Otherwise, as a streamer, you just hear the emoji names being read out multiple times. And if your chat is the type of chat where people just spam emojis or on raids, then you just, as a streamer, you're just going to hear like a billion words, you know? You do, okay, cool. So very important. Let's see, what else about TTS? If you can give that user a nickname, I thought that was something that could be really, really helpful. It was one of my recommendations or a feature request for Mobile if they could add nicknames in for users. And they added it in pretty quickly too, so bless the Mobile team. Yeah, I think those are two important ones. I think another thing that could be helpful is if I tap a user's name, it would tell me what time it is, or at least what time of the day it is for them. But I think that might be a little too complicated to do, because I've noticed, you know, for certain regulars who'll pop into your stream, they'll pop in and I'll wonder what time it is where they are. And I'll say, oh, hey, good morning Ray, or good morning cheers, or, you know, do a little hello like that. And there was one streamer who just knew who knew what everyone's time zones and things were. So when someone popped in the chat, he would go, oh, hey, morning Cliff. Oh, okay. What a fancy guy. It's just real nice, you know. Is that a command? What does that do? Would that tell you your local time? I've got weather. Now weather will tell you what your weather is where you are. No, it'll tell you what my weather is. And if you go weather location, it'll tell you what the weather is like there. Oh, hey. Yeah. Okay, right. Fair enough. But there's only a few people I would give a nickname to. You know, people who pop into the chat often, or if their username isn't in English and they pop in often, then I'll be going, you know. So it's only for those special people you give them a nickname. So I have a handful of people like that. I thought it was a Kickbot command. Okay, I don't have Kickbot. I do have, like, I'm running StreamerBot, and I have other bots on my account. I think I turned off most of their chat commands. Otherwise, I start conflicting with my own ones, you know. Filter the languages. Oh, okay. So if they type in a different language, then it will translate it. Is that what you mean? That's cool. But I meant like the username. Or would it translate the username as well? Huh. I wonder if Mopin does it. I think Mopin does, hey. So I'm sure it always reads out a name, even if that name isn't in English. Okay, how are we doing over here? Bro, that would be cool. Let's see. Just thinking. I think the way Mobile works, they've kind of they've done such a good job. What's with my preview? Come on, preview. He'll pick up the language. He will speak American Chinese and English. Oh, okay, that's great. I love it. Fantastic. Hey, something I've noticed inside of real-time chat, I think a long time ago when I was using it, it would play ads. It's not doing that anymore. Although I think there was one difference, and that was I logged into Twitch in here. So maybe once you're logged in, it will use whatever your account has, or I don't know. But I was getting ads, and that was one of the reasons why I stopped using real-time channels. I'll be listening to my preview in here, and then I get a blast of ads in here. And I go, oh, geez. Right? For the broadcaster, you shouldn't be getting ads on your own channel. I was starting to think that maybe they injected their own ads into the app. But I've been okay. I have not heard any ads on here, so I guess that's a thumbs up to real-time chat. Should I go over the gear setup again? Why not, right? Okay. Now, for our streaming device, we're using the I say iPhone. So for our streaming device, we're using S23 Ultra, which is an Android phone. The streaming app we're using is IRL Pro. Inside of IRL Pro, you can log into Twitch and Kick, but I've only logged into Twitch, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, I did have it, but I had to cancel. I have too many subscriptions, so I had to cancel it. But I really like the app. I think it's great. If I didn't have Mobin, I would have StreamBuddy. Mobin gives me TTS for Twitch, Kick, and YouTube for free. Doesn't cost any extra, and I can do I think everything I could do inside of StreamBuddy and Mobin. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. So I just use my iPhone and Mobin as my streaming app and also my chat app. It does everything all in one. And then my S23 Ultra is just my hotspot. Or if I need to do something else on my second phone, basically use it as a phone. But yeah, we're using the 5G cellular connection inside of the S23 Ultra. We are bonded to the iPhone. So personal hotspot mode is enabled on here, and I've connected the Wi-Fi of the S23 Ultra to the iPhone. In terms of speeds, we're getting about 3 megabits per second on the cellular, and bonded about 1 megabit on the Wi-Fi. So that's one great thing about IRL Pro. It does give you bonding included. You don't have to pay any extra for that. I am using Belabox Cloud, so that has bonding anyway. I think we need to go into the shelter. Right, let's move. Right, we're under like a big umbrella thing here. Okay, let's see. S23 Ultra, bonded, SIM card 5G. We've got for audio the Ulanzi J12. Engin, hello, Happy New Year. Welcome in. Yeah, it's been a good 2026 so far. And I think this year is basically where I'm going to be building a lot of apps for IRL. I think that's kind of the theme so far. Building setups. There probably would have been more me about 2 years ago, where I was building up different gear. Now my approach lately has been to kind of minimalize things and make it not look so weird from the outside. Some of my early setups, they look crazy. There probably would have been a good time if I was doing videos back then. But who knows? I do have a Belabox, an Orange Pi 5 Plus, and I've built custom, what do you call it, enclosures for the Orange Pi 5 Plus. So I kind of split my content up between three things. So we got the, hold up, I need to move my mic. That way, maybe? That way. Okay, we'll try that way. But our transmitter here, the audio sounded a little muffled there for a second. I think we're okay now. Right, yeah. So my content split three ways. So today we're using Android and IRL Pro. We've got the iPhone and Moblin, where I've been using the Action 4 as the external camera for my iPhone. And then the third setup would be the Belabox. And at the moment, the Action 4. I do have a Sony camera. One sec. P3 Mini. P3. P3 Mini 2. I wonder if that's the same device that the friend Midnight has been. No, this is the 0. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think, I'm not sure. Anker, hello from El Salvador. But hello from Auckland, New Zealand. Oh, okay. Yeah, total opposite, right? So it's probably winter where you are. One second, guys. Just need to do something. I think links are turned off. If you want to jump on Discord, should have a link in my channel somewhere, maybe in the description. Link there. Go just join it up and pop it into the Just Chatting channel on my Discord. Have a look-see. Woo! I don't think I took a photo, eh? Didn't take a photo of the setup. Oh, real-time chat stopped working. Oh, Jesus. What is that noise? Now try, let's see if I uploaded using Google Drive. I think I have it on here. Google Drive. Is that Google Drive? Oh, no. Oh, no. Keeps uninstalling apps I'm not using. So that's not a good thing. Real-time chat stopped working as soon as I swiped out of it. Oh yeah, I think there was one other downside to real-time chat. Your screen has to be on for it to work. As soon as you turn it off, then it stops working. Whereas Moblin will work. The TTS on that will keep going with the screen off. I'm surprised that they still haven't done it. They still haven't fixed it. What's taking this so long? Yannick. Hey Cliff, thanks for your advice today. I've tried to set up a bitrate and 10 megabits is the highest I can do because the picture starts blocking and crashes higher than 10 megabits and still can't get same quality level as mine. Okay. Have you tried my settings? What I would do, it could also depend on what is your hotspot. So for example, with my other setup, when I'm using my iPhone, the Action 4 and S23 Ultra, firstly, between my Action 4 and iPhone, I have to use my S23 Ultra. Otherwise, I can't get a bitrate. Well, actually, the only way I could get the Action 4 to work with my iPhone was by lowering the resolution and the bitrate. I think I was 720/30, 1 megabit per second, which is potato quality. But that's the highest I could go before it started lagging, jittering when I went from the Action 4 into the iPhone directly. When I use S23 Ultra, I can increase those numbers from the Action 4 into my iPhone to 6 megabits per second and 1080p 30. I mean, higher than that is kind of pushing it when I'm using S23 Ultra as a hotspot. So you need a good hotspot in order to get good quality from your Action 4 into your iPhone. So it depends on how new your iPhone is. If you've got like a 17 Pro Max, you can go direct from the Action 4 or Action camera into the iPhone. And you could probably do 10 megabits, this or this, you know. Google, but you got a Google phone? How did you get a Google phone here? I thought they weren't available anywhere. As I've looked. Isn't it pretty recent? So I don't know, but that's the first part, is just to check what you can push from the Action 4 hotspot into your iPhone. Check the quality. Maybe do a recording. And then the next part is from your iPhone or Mobile to Belabox Cloud and OBS. So for that, I have at 6 megabits. So I think it's all in my YouTube live description. If you have a look now, you'll see all of it. Also, Fish Nothing, hello, how are you? I saw your message. Just watching my video about picture-in-picture for IRL. How about that? Well, glad you could pop in, make it while it's live. Any questions? Great time to ask away. I'm kind of trying to answer a couple at the same time, but I'll get around to it. And then just ask again if I haven't answered your question. Yeah, welcome. Okay, I guess I can't show you this picture. Well, perhaps I just do it the old school way and show you on my phone. I was trying to get it to upload to you guys. Where's that? Where's the photos? Come on. Come on, phone. Stop being weird. Okay, you give it a go? Okay, right, cool. Hey, you too. Organic. Is picture-in-picture of IRL Pro still only available in beta for now? Yes, that is correct. In fact, I was having problems with my version of IRL Pro in beta. It stopped working. I couldn't live stream with it, and it was chewing through a lot of battery anyway. Actually, how are we doing? Just trying to check our battery. So I ended up uninstalling it and going back to the standard version, the non-beta, and IRL Pro is working for me again. Hey, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I think they should have stuck with Larix's implementation. I recall reading on their Discord that Larix didn't do a very good job of it, or this or that, and then they implemented their own version of picture-in-picture. I don't think it improved things that much. In fact, I think it may have gone worse. I mean, I don't remember what Larix was like on an Android. I don't think I ever got to use it before they went premium. But on an iPhone, it worked great. Didn't chew through that much battery, but when when I enabled that for the S23 Ultra, boy, burned through battery like nothing. Yeah. But sadly, you have to be on their beta program to use it. So I'm just happy with, vanilla version that's available on the Play Store. And I think a couple of downsides is if you want to turn on or off picture-in-picture mode, you've got to stop streaming, which is a major bummer. That's one of the great things about Mobile is you don't need to, you can just switch to a different scene or turn on or off the picture-in-picture mode you want. So I could have my back camera, my front camera, screen share, external camera, all on the same phone, on the same scene, and then I can turn any of those on or off. Yeah, they're by far the best IRL live streaming app, I think. Yeah, they call them widgets inside of Mobile. You create a scene, let's say it's your front-facing camera scene, like what we have now, and then you can add multiple widgets onto that scene. So it could be a back camera scene, it could be an external camera, RTMP feed from another phone, so it could be a screen share of your gameplay. Could be, they've got like a photo, what do they call it? A thing where photos will pop up on your screen. So they've got something like that as well, just all sorts. And then you can enable one, turn another one off, turn multiple on. Depends on your phone, of course, if it can handle all that. But usually you'd only have one or two on your main scene. Whereas with IRL Pro, you've got to, if I want to go from this and then have picture-in-picture, I've got to stop streaming. So you need disconnect protection. Go into the settings, enable picture-in-picture mode, come back, start streaming again, and then if you want to turn off, you've got to go back. Another reason why I like Mobile is so you can go into the settings and you don't stop streaming. Anyway, yeah, big fan of Mobile. They took what Larix and IRL Pro were doing and then leap jumped or whatever miles ahead of the other guys, and I kind of want Android to have something on par with that. A nice friendly competition. I was hoping the IRL Pro would do that. Yeah, that's not going to happen. They keep getting asked when is Mobile coming to Android, but their system is too tightly linked to iPhone. It'll be a mission to try and port it. And then with Android, there's so many different devices you have to try and support. Maybe Samsungs or maybe Pixels. The IRL Pro can add a stream as an overlay source, I believe. A stream. Well, the way they've done picture-in-picture before, one way is with IRL Pro, and if you're on the beta, or you could just merge two separate scenes inside of OBS. So that's how I did it before. And as an overlay source, separate stream. I wouldn't do it inside of there. I'll do it in OBS. So that's something that you can do with Mobile, is you can get an RTMP stream from another device. Let's say if I was to go IRL Pro, RTMP into the iPhone and Mobile, I can do picture-in-picture that way. But IRL Pro doesn't have that. Oh, okay. So I need to open up real-time chat again because TT stopped working. There we go. It's way behind. Okay, I've turned off TTS because I think it has to catch up. Kind of weird. Next little upgrade to the minimalist setup that I have is to include a battery bank, and for that I've got the Anker, good old Anker battery bank to keep everything charged. So when I plug in a cable, iPhone needs power. Just going to re-enable TTS and see if it is caught up. Loading, loading stream. Come on, stream. Okay, so we're charging over there, and then how are we doing? I think we're on 50% battery. Just going to record a quick video. Okay. Once again, just tidy up my cables a little bit. N41, what was your question? Your question, in your opinion, what options would you like to see in a TTS system and in a chatbot? Well, they're two kind of different things. TTS, support for Twitch, Kick, YouTube. Some of these I may have mentioned earlier. So to have all three, to nicknames for users, is it raining? Sorry, I'm a little distracted by the weather. Have a quick look at Mobile. What can Mobile do? Let's see. So a text chat app, you want shortcuts in order to enter commands to control your stream, or shortcuts in some way. In Mobile, they call them predefined messages. So anything that I type in chat to control my stream, like exclamation mark, starting, start, live, ending, or stop. So anything that I type in directly into chat, you want to be able to just press a button to do that rather than have to type it all out. So these are all the predefined messages I have inside of Mobile. Now I can just press that button and it'll send it. So I've got one for privacy, send. In real-time chat, when you type something in, it'll remember that message. So down here, I can press that. And then it's going to have some shortcuts up here where I can press one of those shortcuts in order to do that thing, you know. So when I typed in live earlier, it is now a shortcut here that I can just tap, or privacy. I've shortened it to PRI, so I can just tap that to go to privacy mode. Macro commands, yeah, so macro command, shortcuts, predefined message, on something like that. Because the less typing, the better. You just want to just tap, tap, tap. Okay, let's see. Excluding users, or like bots, you don't want their messages perhaps to be read out. Like my bot, I want to see my bot's messages and chat, but I don't want to hear my bot. So being able to turn it off or turn off specific things, maybe like a different bot, let's see, night bot or whatever. Now one of these apps, they do have an option that'll just exclude all bots, but being able to put in specific usernames would be a nice option too. Languages. Being able to choose whether you want the username read out. Maybe you don't. I think it's useful to have the username read out. Does that shadow ban? Yeah, but I still want to see the messages. Like my bot tells me a lot about my stream. It tells me whether the music is playing or if it's not, or if it's doing this or doing that. If a photo is showing on screen. So I still want to see the message, but I don't want to hear it. So that's what I mean. But also for your chat, being able to exclude users in the chat too. So they can be two separate things. Geordie, thank you for the follow. Okay, cool. Let's see. Maybe mentions if someone is talking to somebody else. So let's say I go at Ray Cleveland. You know, let's say Sunny is atting somebody else. But they're not talking to you. You as a streamer don't need to hear that message because it's not directed to you. You know? Okay. Not reading out emotes. Now that needs to support platform specific emotes. So Twitch, Kick, YouTube. Because you know Kick will have their format which is like it starts with a colon, ends with a colon. So colon, emoji name, end, colon. So not reading out any emojis from any platforms. Does it too? Oh, that sounds good. Did I miss a message? Hey, Canadian, how are you doing? This weather is not great. I didn't see that one. TTS is catching up. So ChatGPT into it. I haven't found any options that would make it more interesting than a simple chatbot. I think maybe as a helper. So if someone is asking questions, say, hey Cliff, where are you? Then that bot, like my bot, Cliff Creates bot, could say, oh, Cliff is in Auckland today. You know, so it could answer questions on behalf of the streamer. Or someone asks, hey, what's the weather like? Now I've weather displayed on, actually maybe you would know that too, know where I'm based. I'm in Auckland, so you could probably find out what the weather is like at the moment. A mode for read-only, moderator, viewer, subscriber, cool. I live in Waihi. It's nice, oh nice. Well, it's not that great over here, so lucky for you. Hopefully the weather doesn't go your way. It's a bit yucky today here in the city. I was going to go for a little walk. I think we should do that anyway. How's my phone? Is it charging? Can't tell. To at least demonstrate what it's like walking around with this setup. Mighty Bay. Mighty Bay of Bluetooth, that's the one. I'm jealous. It's like Auckland has a constant cloud over us. It never leaves. I think it's because we're in the middle of two oceans. So we just get the west of it. Lucky you. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's go for a little bit of a walk. I should I need an external shot. I have this. I have my little mini tripod, of course. Okay, so I can pop this on here. That's why I always carry those two tripods with me. So this one for the Action 4 and the other little phone tripod. Always have them on me. Items like this, you know, come in handy. I might just stand around here holding the gear like I would. Mighty Bay. 51% battery? Yeah. Okay, unplug. I don't like being tethered. Though we found out the hard way last time when we were in Pine Harbour what happens when you don't plug in. The Action 4 ran out of juice. Fortunately, good old Anker battery charged up the gear in no time. Within a few minutes. I haven't actually looked at from when it was completely zero, dead, to 4%, but it was like, I think 3-5 minutes. And then of course the Anker was able to just sort of fully charge it, even though I was streaming. So I think your battery bank, whatever it is, has to be 35 watts. Supply that in order to fully charge this bad boy. I think that's why the Orange Pi can't keep this charged, because whatever is coming out of that port that I plug this into is maybe 5 or 10 watts. Okay, right, so we're going to do a little recording. Let's pop this over here for the B-roll. Recording, I'm going to grab a little tripod here. So I don't know, I can't see if I'm in frame. Here's Action 4 on the table and a little mini tripod, but this is how I would use the setup. Now the screen has to be on for the iPhone in order to hear messages, so that has to be on. Now maybe I could put it in my pocket, but I think it would turn off the iPhone. So I think the lanyard would be a better way of having the phone on and out of the way. Dougie! Hey Dougie! How are you? Whereas I could do that, but that doesn't look good. I've got I've got the iPhone just dangling, and that's why I got this little mini one, so mini lanyard. Oh, what's this? Alright, back. Okay. But yeah, at least this way, got a way to look at chat. I can read it up here, kind of like a teleprompter. Safe. So let's go back under our shelter and stop recording here. Dougie, that cord you showed in a short. Can I power my phone and plug in a USB-C mic at the same time? What cord? Which one? Might have to remind me, because I've used a lot of gear. Which one was it? Cord. Was it the magnetic one? Or a different one? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 don't want to do that. Okay, no better. Caught. Okay. Let's see. I'll just think over what I have. Caught, I showed in a short. Can I power my phone and plug in USB-C mic at the same time? Well, what I currently have, so I've got the Ulanzi J12 plugged into my iPhone. Sorry, S23 Ultra, but I've also got a version for the iPhone. So I've got a receiver plugged into the phone, which has a USB-C pass-through port in it. So I can plug a cable, and I plug this cable into the receiver, and that'll charge my phone, passing through the receiver into the phone. So that's how I do it. Pass through, yeah. No, they don't do that for me. I don't know, maybe, what mic are you using? So the ones I've tried, this one here, the Ulanzi J12, well, very cheap, affordable, good audio, wireless system. So they're not affected when I plug in power. Also the DJI mic mini, when I plug in into that, doesn't affect the audio. But my favorite would be if I use this as my streaming camera and the iPhone, I can connect the mic directly to this, so there's no receiver, and then I can plug power into the Action 4, charge it, and it doesn't affect audio. But I haven't had something interfering with audio via power. Maybe it was the Rode Wireless Go did that. Yeah. But the ones I have, they aren't. HoloLens. Oh, really? Because I've got the HoloLens Lark M2. I thought about using it today. That is very interesting. Let me scroll back a little bit. Ceremonic. What gear are you using? Is this with an Android? Huh. I think I should have bought the other mics. Then I could have. I've actually done mic comparisons with the S23 Ultra and the iPhone, I think. Plugging, unplugging. That'll still be available on my channel as a live Android. And IRL Pro, really? Yeah. Okay, let's try it. So I'm currently on a yellow icon for the S23 Ultra. So the battery meter is yellow at the moment. I have the Anker 250 watt in my bag. I've got the Ulanzi J12 plugged into iPhone. I'm going to plug this cable, I think it's 60 watt, from Ugreen into the pass-through port of the Ulanzi receiver. Now, you guys tell me if you hear any sort of glitching, cutout, or anything like that with the audio. So I'm just going to be speaking and just going to be saying blah blah blah. Hello, do we have any audio issues with our mic? Is it cut out at all when I plugged it in? How was our audio when we did that? Are we charging? That's the other thing. So it's just telling me I'm on 100% battery. Maybe you'll try unplug on this battery. Let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we charging? Hold on, 1 second. I need to be able to see the battery meter. A bit small there in the top corner. Try the other cable, perhaps. No, nothing? Okay, but I need to make sure that it's actually charging. So it could be, maybe there's something wrong with my little port, because the pass-through is supposed to work. No response. Mainly for magnetic cables. Okay. Let's try something else. I'm going to unplug. So this is the audio without the Ulanzi J12 receiver. This is USB-C inversion. Okay, so on here, the USB port. Just gonna plug it in. Now, give me a second. Just gonna check our battery. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell if it's actually charging. Because on here it should tell me what is connected to it. Now let's plug in the iPhone. iPhone's charging. Yeah, a little green lightning bolt. So it's charging. So have a quick look. Okay, yep, so definitely charging on port A of here. So that is the USB A port. Yeah. Try my other cable. Oh yeah, so we're now charging on the pass-through port. Now, did you notice anything there at all? You can see, so 100%. So A is for the iPhone, and that one, what is that? C2 is the pass-through port. So maybe my cable, yeah, need to double check this cable. I know, let's plug it into the Action 4. Yep, it's charging. So I guess maybe it's the cable. It has to be the right one for the thing. For the thing. Maybe this one here that got plugged into the pass-through port, it's just a tighter fit. I don't know. But when I use this other one, it didn't work. It's a thing, yeah, exactly. It's a thing. Disconnecting. Okay, so I did plug in and it was charging with this port. Let's unplug. I'm unplugging from the J12 wireless receiver plugged into the S23 Ultra. So unplug now. So we are now disconnected. Not charging the S23 Ultra. Now I'm going to plug it back in. So going over to the plugging into the pass-through port, plugging in 3, 2, 1. He should be plugged in now. Now, did I get? Yeah, I am seeing that it is charging. Was there any audio glitching there? I'll see. What do you reckon? And just listen to the preview. Oh, hold on. Let's turn off. Oh, yeah. Okay, preview. I kind of hear the stream preview. I'll turn that one off. Okay, I'm going to try going back to the Kick app. So Kick app, I'll have that open. And then, so here that's the Kick preview. The Kick app will stay open regardless of what you have open. It also works in the background too. And then that below there, that is a real-time chat. Okay, so now that I can hear, I'm just going to unplug. Unplugging from the receiver. So we are now unplugged. Listening to the preview. Oh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it did cut out. Maybe it's just I wonder if it's the app. And we'll plug back in again. So we are now plugged in. And I'm showing that it is charging. Just waiting for the switch. Was there? So did it only sort of switch out when you unplugged? Okay, so no switch to the internal mic. Try it again. So I'm going to unplug from the receiver. Unplugging pass-through power. So we're not plugged in currently. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Go away, bird. Okay, plugging back in. And maybe just an unnecessary evil. Plug back in. Yeah, crazy birds. Crazy birds. Yeah. Okay, so I found if you don't want any sort of glitching out like that, when I plug into this, I don't have that. It doesn't happen. But of course I use this with my iPhone. Okay. Yeah, so I really like the idea of magnetic cables, but due to their nature, they pop out easy, so I stopped using them. Also, they tend to wear and tear quicker than normal cables. There's pros and cons to that. Fresh brick, lurky high. Okay, well, thank you for the lurk. Hey, you are welcome. Sitake, hey, all good, no worries. Alright, so I'll just tidy up my cables a little bit, checking the battery too. Maybe I won't worry about it. Alright, for my iPhone, I'm just going to drop that in my bag. when I do that, it's going to keep, you know, it's got this great big space here, so that it won't turn off. Yeah, so it's right in the middle, and then if I need it, I can just grab it out of the bag. So it's going to be serving as a TTS and audio preview of the stream. I'll be able to hear what's happening in the stream, and also the TTS. Okay. Alright. More B-roll. I think my mic might have turned off. Yeah, it's turned off. Do I have to reconnect it? Yeah, I think I do. Oh, I'm just going to leave it. Alright. So here's our setup. I've got an invisible selfie stick or lightsaber, little adapter, S23 Ultra, receiver plugged into the side, the Ulanzi J12. And I'm going to be walking around with setup like this. Now I can't tell if I'm in frame. Now this is what I look like from the outside. If I need access to the iPhone, I can just pull it out of the bag. Now you could have a wrist strap, have it on your wrist. It's an option. I just find them really uncomfortable, itchy. My arm gets hot, so I don't like having a wrist strap. This is a personal choice. So that's why I kind of lean more towards the lanyards, where I've got access to it. And with this little short one, if I drop my phone and I go, oopsie, you know, it's okay. It hasn't hit the ground. Yeah. It also keeps this area, crossbody, cleaner if I have this. Alright, cool. So I am going to pop the phone into the bag, and then we can just walk around like this. Now if I did need to charge the S23 Ultra, then I can just grab one of the cables from my bag, like this one here, let's pretend that one, and then plug it into the phone. Okay, alright. Dual wielding. Let's see, it's true that having an ultra slim setup difficult without looking ultra professional. Yeah, so this what I like about this is it looks, from the outside, it looks fairly normal. Like I can go most places like with the setup because I just look like a tourist. I got my phone on a selfie stick, you know. So it doesn't, it's fairly acceptable socially speaking, especially in the city. Maybe in more remote areas they might go, what is all this? What's all this stuff? But it's pretty minimalist compared to some of my older setups. They got pretty insane looking. Now if I need to plug in, then I've got my cable that can just plug into the bag, plug into the phone, you know. And it looks even more touristy which is a good thing for us when it's an action camera on there. Exactly, you know, which is why I've been leaning more towards like this kind of thing. Now, the action camera on there, you know, I just look like a tourist. It's even better. I also started feeling uncomfortable with my phone up here, you know, it's out within reach of dodgy people. It could also fall down. You know, it's an expensive phone. If it fell out of that, that's my phone busted. Whereas when I have an action camera up there, sweet. You know, it's smaller, lighter, don't have to worry about it falling down or anything. Also, the stabilization is way better than what I've got in the S23 Ultra. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have noticed, well, actually there's a couple of reasons why the action camera is better. One of them is wider. I really like the wider look out of it. Wider, stabilization's way better at low light. Lots and lots of pros. Okay, just put an action camera away. And I'm gonna move. I'm gonna hold the iPhone, that way I can read the chat. Oh, actually I've got the one up here. So I definitely need to do this sort of thing when I've got the action camera, because the camera has no chat on it, whereas this one I can read the chat up here. Actually, yeah, let's just do that. I'll put this one away. So I need a screen on in order to hear TTS, and I'm going to plug it into power. So iPhone charging. Okay, so we're charging over here. Pop that in a bag for autonomy. What do you mean by that? Autonomy. Alright, selfie camera on S23 Ultra is awful. From what I can tell, there's no stabilization at all. The Ultra gives you, let's see, oh, I know, right? Hey, Chris. Let's find the alternative very poor for a sports game. I get about 90 minutes of streaming with the Action 4, which is fine. I only need to charge at least one time during one of my streams. Hey. So around the middle mark is when I'd need to plug it. And I've got a what do you call a power grip from Telison, which has 10,000 mAh power. So when I use that, I can plug the Action 4 into the little cable that the Telison power grip has, and then that'll last, let's see, a long time. Because the Action 4 has a battery of a 1700 mAh, and a 10,000 mAh battery, what they call power grip, will last way long. So if you think about 90 minutes times 10, so you've got quite a few hours out of that. But that's if I know I'm going to be doing a live stream, I'll use the Telison power grip. Otherwise, I'm okay with just plugging in every 90 minutes. So basically, I have different setups. That's what I'd use if I was going to do a long stream. I'm waiting for someone to come out with a way better power grip. 10,000, 5,000 mAh that extends and doesn't look weird like the Telesyn does. Eh? Did you resub, Maldi? Thank you for that. OG. Let's see, battery life, yeah, so that would be my fix for battery life on an action camera. Just get a Telesyn Power Grip 10,000 mAh. Looks a bit weird, but yeah, you could stream and not have to worry about plugging in. Otherwise, short stream, maybe 2 hours, 4 hours, just plug in once or twice. Hey, all good, you're welcome. Might have one out of this stream too. Have to see how it goes with the content. My plan is for it to be faster, quicker, get to the point, but I'm not very good at that. I got my little rants. I think this short stream is not very short. Can you guys see a difference in terms of the picture versus using the Action 4, which I've been using for a while? I think we get more of a blurry background look. I don't think so. Like, with my gear alternating between S23 Ultra and the iPhone 11, I think I've dialed in settings so they're not really pushing it. I think they did a real big improvement on the processor from at least the 23 Ultra. Because I use my Ultra for a lot of stuff. I think the other day there was a hotspot for the Action 4. I was also screen sharing and sending that RTMP signal, the screen share, from the S23 Ultra to my iPhone. iPhone was a hotspot getting internet from the S23 Ultra, and then I was sending the signal back out to the S23 Ultra. So it was like lots and lots of things. Shino. Oh, the goat. How's it going? Okay. Finally. Oh, really? S25 gets really hot. Low. Oh, okay. That's not good. What are you doing? Are you using IRL Pro? Streaming is pretty intensive for your gear. Oh, nice. SRT service, sweet. 2 weeks. Got it. IRL Pro. So what I'm using now. Yeah, I don't know. I was using IRL Pro for a long time before I started using Open, and it was fine, I think. Oh, are you on the beta version? Because I had to go back to the non-beta. Woo! I think the non-beta is better. The motivation to get done. Wow, I'm glad I helped you there. Us Android plebs get IRL Pro. Well, yeah. The alpha's bad for IRL. I started having problems with the beta version, so I ended up uninstalling and going back to the normal one, and I've been okay. Like, bonding stopped working, and picture-in-picture was chewing through heaps of battery. Since I've gone back to the public version, the one on the Play Store, it's been okay. So everything's working again. I can too with the windshield. Where's the... Well, the Holyland is at home. I thought we'd use something a little more affordable. So we're using the Ulanzi J12 today. This is one of the critiques I have about it, is no windshield. You have to jury rig something. So sorry about the audio. So if you want something that is fine, then maybe you could jury rig a windshield for the Ulanzi, then this is still a good mic. Creating a live update stream there. Update face off. Oh, nice. Hey, that's great. I'm working on a desktop app for IRL streamers. I think it could be a third option compared to no ALBs and loopers and something else. Because of you. Oh no, well, currently, if you want to, just kidding. No, no, but I think it could be Lumpicity and Knobs. Your cloud version, nah. No, I'm not on Reddit. I tried to set up a Reddit account, but I can't log back in again. I think I've got my password. I broke it. Cloud version. Just for friends. Okay. Yeah, windy and wet. The heavens have decided to open up. Okay, bananas. Oh, okay. Very cool. Gotta love this community, right? We're all trying to make IRL better. Everyone's throwing the hat in. They see what's out there and sort of the gaps that's in this space. Trying to make things a little bit better. So I've got plans, you guys have plans. Because, you know, none of the big companies are doing it. Oh, really? Nice. Hey, that's awesome. I think one day, maybe like big companies will, they'll get into what's happening in this space. Slowly, yeah, no. Needing to pull the scene since we get it from OBS. Okay. Got it. Sweet. Is a big thing now, yeah. I think especially with AI and how people are over AI slop. Nothing's real. You don't get any more real than this, you know. This is as real as... Yep. Unless I'm not real. Maybe I'm IRL. I'm not really here. It's all computer generated. Yeah, I know. This is supposed to be the minimalist setup. So we're using a phone. And in fact, we started without an external mic. I think now I should have bought the Holyland. Yeah, that's it. You're on to me. I'm really at home. This is all green screen. All green screen. May not get the live stream idea. It's really difficult. A live stream idea. I don't know, it depends what kind of content you do. If you're a gamer, IRL game. Yeah. Exactly, you have to find what you're interested in. What could you talk about for hours? Whether it's like your favorite places to visit, or food, or what else? If it's gameplay, then screen share your gameplay. Yeah, if it's food places, take everyone with you. Oh, you have to check, make sure the place is okay with you streaming in there. Most places are, but you know. There's just a couple of ideas. Oh. It's easy. You'll motivation is for your trip. Right, I got Bali, Malaysia, Japan. Sweet, yeah. Make sure you get lots of practice in before you go. And also check SIM plans, connections and all that before you go as well. Do not roam. That is my biggest recommendation for IRL streaming. Roaming, you'll just get smashed. Also depends on what might interest people find difficult to make live streams interesting. Well, I think if you're an interesting person, then, and that just comes across regardless of what you're doing. Like I was at a family get together the other week, and the kids were watching a documentary, David Attenborough, and it's not really like fast paced, and like it's very chill. Not something I thought kids would be watching, but here they were listening to David Attenborough talking about the wild savannas. Okay. But he's just got a really interesting way about himself, talking about the animals, the wildlife, that sort of thing. I don't know. Have I missed any messages? Okay, I have to scroll on the screen. There's one thing I miss about streaming with an action camera is being able to see the chat up here. I really like being able to do that. I don't know, I think everyone brings a unique perspective. So you can have the same topic, but when you have one person talk about it, they can interpret it differently to another person. Like for example, if there are 5 people talking about IRL live streaming like I do, you'll learn something new from all 5 people. Yeah, my workaround is to use Weather API. So if I put in my location in Weather API, it's going to retrieve the time for wherever I am and the weather. So I've removed it getting wherever the local time is for my computer, and then just getting the time based on my location through Weather API. But that means my system is highly dependent on that API. So let's say if they changed up their system, said you can only do 1 call a day or whatever, then I'm busted. I have to go back to something else. But that's my workaround at the moment. Because if I put in, so if I put in exclamation mark location Sydney, it's going to tell me it's actually going to output the time. Let me show you. I'm going to change it. I think this is working. So let's say we've jumped on a plane. We're now somewhere completely different. I'm going to bring up the phone here. I'm going to type in, oh boy, iPhone's a bit warm. Now we're going to type in Sydney. So exclamation mark location Sydney. Now what should happen when it does the next update, now if you look at the overlay, it should show the time now and everything for Sydney. Or is it? Now I might have to wait a minute for it to update. Now I don't know. Yeah, so it says Sydney. What should be the weather there? Sydney 23 degrees, and perhaps the time should be linked to it as well. So I'll wait for it to switch over. There's like a 2-hour difference. So it's this, okay, I think that must be my time. Maybe that bit I only updated on my testing one. Yeah, okay. So my actual live setup doesn't have this. Okay, never mind.
The 705 Bitrate ferry via Hobsonville Point is delayed by...
We'll change it back to Auckland.
We are sorry for the changes.
But that is how it works. So I'm actually updating my time and everything based on with the API. Yeah, but my stream works like this. IRL Pro on my phone to my server, then server on my network to my gaming PC, then holy moly. Yikes. To my server, server my network to my gaming PC, then PC to Twitch. I think it could still work, right? If everyone's setups are so different. Managed to get NVIDIA encoding working. Just waiting for the TTS to catch up. Maybe just mute it. What games do I play? Well, not much now, because most of my time has spent on working on IRL. But let's see, currently it would just be Pokemon Go. I used to play Apex Legends a lot, but there was a couple of problems. Main one being I was not very good at it. So it kind of helps if you're good at a game. No matter how much I tried, I didn't get much better. So I kind of stopped playing it. And also, it was a little too sweaty. It got a little stressful trying to keep up with the... What do they call it? Trying to finish all of the challenges and things. Like, you don't have to do them, but it's kind of like a combination of things. But boy, did I really enjoy playing that game. But yeah, I stopped playing it, haven't played it in months. Whereas Pokemon Go is very chill. I don't feel as stressed playing it. You know, I can play it if I want. I can do the challenges if I want. If not, nah, no biggie. Also, the other thing I like about Pokemon Go is they've got routes that you can do, like in real life challenges. To get out, get some steps in. I would do more Pokemon Go gameplay, but I don't think you guys are all that interested in it. Or maybe some people tune in for it. So I mainly just play when I'm offline. But I think my number one game at the moment is IRL. IRL is my game. Solid question for you, actually. Okay. So you've got Docker. Oh, I need to turn my TTS back on. So text speech back on over here. BF6. What's BF6? What's that, Ray? What's BF6? Ever watched someone playing Pokemon Go before? Could be interesting. Well, it would just be a screen share that I would have on here. Only problem is my current setup can't handle it. I think I need to upgrade. I was starting to push it with what my iPhone could do. And then maybe with some moment updates, it got to the point where it was just too much. But I think if I go RTMP screen share into the iPhone, I can do it that way. But that's putting a lot on the Ultra. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I have to upgrade my iPhone. That's what my gear needs at some point. Not in a rush to do that. So you want a high-end Lumix S5. What is that? 8? Full frame. I use much as possible. But you won't want to take that around. Any action cameras you recommend? Well, I think for IRL, what I'm usually using the Action 4 is a great action camera to live stream. I've heard there are some issues with the 5 Pro and the 6, whereas the 4 is solid all round. And with the new ones out, there's a lot of deals going out there, so keep an eye out for them and get them pretty cheap. Battlefield 6. Oh, okay. I've heard of it. IRL. That game. Hungry hippos. So have you tried using Video Ninja for screen share? Yeah, I have. Yeah, last time I tried Video Ninja, it wasn't great. It was too basic. Maybe I'll have a revisit. But I think the way that I did it the other day, using Streamlabs to screen share and seeing that RTMP video into the iPhone, that worked pretty well. It was very clean. And I could choose what I was screen sharing to, what app. Might be able to daisy chain it into your system. Hold on. Have you tried using Video Ninja? Put the source directly into OBS. Video Ninja. Okay. Six photo setup. Yes, I have. But yeah, I can't use it today because my camera app is on the S23 Ultra. Actually, I can swipe out. Let's try it. Thing is, I have to be careful about how. Have you ever wondered why your stream gets all choppy, laggy or blocky like this? Today we're looking at the reasons why this happens and how to fix it, so if you want to take your IRL live streams to the next level, then this is the video for you. We'll be expanding on a concept or diagram I talked about in another video where we explore the relationship between video resolution, bitrate and bandwidth. If you're new to these terms, I'll be explaining what it all means. In the background, I'm going to play a video from a recent live stream where I was testing the default Twitch app. On the bottom right, well, it's good to see that the disconnect protection is working. That's weird. I just switched to a different app. So IRL Pro should run in the background. Oh, unless I completely swiped out of IRL Pro. Maybe that's what I did. Settings button where you'd normally change the playback speed. Jump into advanced, then enable video stats, where you'll see a pop-up menu containing a couple of things important for us, namely the video resolution of 720p, FPS or frames per second, and the bitrate. Let's start with the first part of the diagram I mentioned earlier, video resolution, which along with frame rate both affect your stream's image quality. The Twitch app chooses both the video resolution and frame rate for you, based on your phone's hardware capacity for IRL live streaming. Okay, it's not going into the background when I swipe out of IRL Pro, but it did before, so I don't know. I don't know what happened. Let's not do that. IRL Pro should run in the background with the... I should have checked to see if background streaming was enabled before I came back. Yeah, I'm sure I did that earlier. I don't know. It's a mystery. Figure it out later. Also, thank you. Disconnect protection is working. Tried using, yep, okay, read that one. Six is almost usable. The 5 is poo-poo. No. Yeah, so I'm actually going to move that from StreamerBot into the desktop app that I'm working on. I mean, it's already written in C#. It'll be easier to share the app that I'm working on rather than trying to import the C# code into StreamerBot, which you would need, and also have all the scenes and things. Anyway, the desktop app I'm working on will be way, way better. Okay. Daisy. I'm just checking the messages. I think I missed a couple. So L4, TQ. In reality, I think the best way to do things in real life would be with a mini PC with multiple connections and a high performance webcam. So I think the biggest problem with IRL is no matter what your gear is that you've got on you, your signal needs to go somewhere else, and it's that signal where you'll have disconnects, because your IRL gear could be like the fanciest camera, full frame, could have like whatever, so it could be really nice. You could have like a computer on you in your bag and everything, but the mobile connection is where we have problems, you know. But yeah, that will be one option. In fact, my mini PC, well, phone, so that could be a mini PC. It's an encoder for your stream, but also the Belabox or Orange Pi 5 Plus, that is a mini PC too. Multiple connections, yes, bonding, high performance web camera. So for IRL, I like something that has stabilization in it. So usually that's either a Sony camera, they're very popular, they're light, small, weigh nothing, or an action camera like the DJI Action 4. Okay, alright, so it's 6. Read those ones. Haven't seen this, it's 6. Oh yeah, that's right, when we disconnected. Had the photos. Okay, thank you. Almost caught up. Or have I? Hello? Very cool IRL setup, thank you, Molly. Lots of good features, hot press. Man, I'm quite a fair way behind that. There is an option in IRL Pro. What was that? Oh, for background streaming. Yeah, I know. And mine should be enabled. I'm sure it was working before, but maybe it's turned off or something. It's a great feature. BRB works. Thank you. Avoid Action Pro 5.6. If you want something that's solid, reliable, the 4 is the way to go. It still is. There were some changes that they made in the 5 and the 6 that, you know, I think the biggest problem is via USB mode. So if you had the Action 5 or 6 connected to whatever via cable, that's where they've got problems. RTMP seems to be okay. Not sure about the 6. Okay, there's an app called Pulsoid. If you wanted to add your heart rate to IRL streams. I don't know. Don't think I'd do that. That would be great if your streams are very sports related. If you're running on a bike, I think that's where the heart rate would be good. If you're tracking your fitness, which I'm not doing, or it should be, it may even delivery streams you could add it in there, or something that's really high energy adventure sports or activities like that. But good to know. Maybe that could happen at some point. So, trying to justify the cost. It's really just to use it while I'm not using my professional Lumix camera. Okay, yeah. Like with my setup, I can use like my Sony, or I could use this or this. But for these walking around streams, I like what I currently have. Basically, a basic feature in OBS, it calculates your heart rate based on the visual feedback from your eyes. Yeah, interesting. When you need to be like this, no? I think Mobile, it can integrate with the Watch app, right? So wouldn't they be able to get your health info from the Watch app into Mobile? You got access to all those things. Based on visual feedback from your eyes. Oh, okay. Hello, UDP. How's it going? What app is good for multiple camera streams? Mobile. You could have as many cameras as your phone can handle. Front, back, external camera, you name it. Otherwise, IRL Pro, if you're doing picture-in-picture mode, you'll need their beta app. Or you could have 2 separate phones and then you merge the separate streams into OBS later. Those options I can think of right now. Mobile, yeah. What do you suggest for the 4th? The 4th? The 4th. 4th, I think I'm not sure what you mean there. 4EH. Not sure what you mean there, the goat. Yeah, so that's how I've done it in the past. I've merged. Oh, yes. Yeah. For sure. I use the Action 4. Really happy with it. It's become my favorite camera now. So when I have Mobile and the iPhone and the S23 Ultra, my Mobile scene only has the Action 4. Doesn't have any other cameras. Ricky, thank you. Hey Ricky, how's it going? Pretty boy. Don't think I've ever been called that before. But thank you. How many exciting things are going to happen for you to need multiple cameras? Yeah, you don't really need multiple cameras. Like, for the most part, I can just do something like this. Okay, and then I could switch back this way and then back that way. You know, you only really need one camera. Codec, yeah. Tidal, hello. How's it going? There you go. Okay. Just reading through the chat. Hello, Tidal. How's it going? I have to search for the Action 4. Yes. Action 4, great camera. Thanks for the tutorial. Thank you. All good. Glad to help. We might have one out of this one with a more low-key setup, you know. I think, yeah, my relay is messing with my chat app here. It's probably my my auto mod. Hello. Can use Action 4 use zoom lens or Action 4 zoom lens or something like that to see far away? Well, there's no zoom on the Action 4. That's one downside. For that, you'd probably have a different scene. Let's say if you're on Mobile, and then you switch that scene to your back camera. So for example here, where you can zoom in and then just switch back to the other one. So that's what I would do if I needed to zoom. That's exactly what it is, Monkey Banana. Yeah, the YY Express Zoom. It's a free adapter for your Action 4 that gives you zoom. As much zoom, really. Unlimited zoom. Almost. S23 has a nice back camera. Yeah, with the 24 and up, they changed their zoom to digital. So whereas this one, it is 10 times optical zoom. And then with the 24 and 25, they changed it to 5 times with digital zoom. But their, the megapixels, they got higher. So rather than, I forget what this one's like, I think it's like 20 or 30, they bumped up to, I think, 50 megapixels. So that zoom doesn't lose quality like the S23 would. But I think when they did that, IRL Pro changed the zoom mechanism. So rather than using the optical lenses, it uses the digital zoom. So it's actually bad for my phone. Because I noticed that it used the optical zoom before the 25 came out. But then I think they changed the code so that it would use the digital zoom. And in fact, I've seen at least my phone break when I zoom. Maybe that was on the beta, but it seems okay with this one. Haha. Am I getting messages? Okay. So next one, so goat had to go. Okay, catch you later, goat. Let's see. Yep, let's do that. Cool. Nice. Let's see that feature works. So I switched over to Moblin. It gives me a lot more moderator features versus real-time chat. I wonder. I don't think I'm going to get. Actually, let's go back to real-time chat. Alright, we'll turn off the TTS. So TTS inside of real-time chat's just catching up. I wish I wouldn't do that. If you swipe out and come back again, I wish it would just, it doesn't need to catch up, just pick up from new messages. Because you can just scroll through the chat and see what's happening. Yeah, currently not really a fan of real-time chat. I'm very, very biased towards Moblin though. And StreamBuddy. So those two chat apps, great apps. Video come from Wi-Fi to the Belabox or by HDMI home? Video. So today we're just using the S23 Ultra. We're using the internal camera either on the front or the back. So this is my basic setup or minimalist setup. We have extended it a little bit. We've added external audio with the Ulanzi J12. We've added a tripod so that we've got a high eye line with me. Otherwise it would be down here somewhere. So further improvements to this, I would swap out the mic from using the Ulanzi to the Holyland Lark M2. That would give us a windshield, or the DJI mic mini. Both of those are very good mics. Now the receiver looks a little nicer on a phone with the Holyland versus the DJI mic mini receiver. But it's something that I see, not the stream sees. And also running low on battery. Might be actually good pace to start wrapping things up. Just going to plug in for power. We are charging. We were on 20% battery before. The audio is going to cut out a little bit there, I think. Okay. Video come from the Wi-Fi to the Belabox or by HDMI. So if I was using the Action 4, I would use USB-C. USB-C from the Action 4 to the Orange Pi 5 Plus. That would put the Action 4 in webcam mode. Only downside with it is, at least with the way that I'm connecting it, the Belabox isn't able to keep the Action 4 fully charged. So over time that battery will drain. When I've used Action 4 via USB and the Belabox, I've ended with battery on around 80% after I think 2 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hour live stream. So eventually it would run out. Whereas when I use Action 4 wirelessly, I can just plug in and it takes about 10 minutes to top it up. Stream Buddy is the best. Yeah, I like Stream Buddy. What overlay for the chat? So if you mean what are you seeing down here at the bottom of my screen, I'm using an overlay called Bitrate. So BOT, B for Bravo, O for Oscar, T for Tango, R for Roger, I for Indigo, and X for X-Ray. Bitrate. And it can merge chat from Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. So it's really good. Has support for emojis too. So I built my own one, but if someone typed in a message from Kick with emojis, they didn't display properly. They looked ugly. But that one, all good. And then that also gives you the ability to turn on or off platform icons. So how do I connect a HoloLand mic to a GoPro? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't have a GoPro. Never owned one. In fact, the Action 4 is my very first action camera. But I would assume you'd need the, what do they call it, the mod kit. And then with that mod kit, a media mod, then you can plug a receiver with USB into that. Only USB-C do charge and video. Oh, that's the way that I've done it. Now I know some folks have been able to get the Action 4 to connect to a Belabox via HDMI, and they had an adapter to do that, but then you wouldn't get any charge at all that way, so you'd need to hot swap your batteries. I only have one battery for my action camera. That's why I need the external power to plug in. USB-C do charge over there. Yeah, so USB-C will give you charging and also do the power via webcam mode. But it's that port, I think, the one on the Orange Pi 5 Plus, the USB-C port, which I've tried. I've tried the A and the C, and neither of them could provide fast charging for the Action 4 to keep it charged, because it is about like 35 watts of charging you need. You need a port that supplies that. I have an iPhone 11, very old phone now. Yeah, this one here, iPhone 11. But I also use the S23 Ultra as my hotspot. So the Ultra is doing quite a lot of stuff for my streams. It's the hotspot for the action camera when I'm using mobile. It is also bonding. But the Ultra I can just have in my bag, in my pocket. So the setup today is the S23 Ultra with IRL Pro, no external camera. So it's a variation of what I did in one of my other streams. So I did a live stream where I was recording B-roll and sharing my process of how I currently streamed, and that's with iPhone, Mobile, iPhone, Mobile, Action 4, S23 Ultra. And that is my latest video on YouTube right now, and that's a pretty hardcore setup. So that's hardcore mode. Lots of steps in that one. So today we're doing something that's a little more minimalist. We start off with just the phone, IRL Pro. No mobile today yet. Yeah. So this is what I call a bonus stream, where I just do something different. And today I want to record B-roll for a video where you have an Android phone. Yeah, that's coming. A short video. Me and short videos. Yeah, that is coming. So I've got the setup of Action 4 iPhone Mobile, kind of. There's a few steps that I missed out of there, but I think there was enough for people to work on based on that video. So the one thing I didn't show was how to set up an RTMP stream in Mobile. So that video that's up there now is really what I do to go live, not all the steps in order to set up those things. So I still need to make a video showing how to set up, well, firstly, Action 4 iPhone, Mobile, S23 Ultra, because I've already teased that in this latest video. And then what I'm working on right now is S23 Ultra, IRL Pro, no external camera, using the home setup that I showed in that other video. Belabox, I haven't covered anything on Belabox. I've just tested. So how do you set up a Belabox? How do you get that all connected first? So yeah, that's kind of like its own series altogether. And then I suppose, I don't even know if it's worth showing how you connect a Sony camera to it. And as it is, they're kind of rare. Although if you want to hook up something else via HDMI, it's coming. Let's just say that. So Action 4 the Belabox is coming. I've just got to kind of think through what I've done now, expand on those things, answer some questions. Belabox I've barely covered on my channel, so there's some stuff I'll need to cover there too. Yeah, stay tuned. Which iPhone would you recommend to buy for someone new to streaming? Whatever you can afford. Like, I know Mobile works on at least the iPhone 11, but you've got to be, the lower you go, the more careful you have to be with your settings, you know, because you don't want your phone to overheat. I've heard that all the new iPhones, the 17 Pro, Pro Max, they're really good with cooling, and they apparently don't have the same issues of overheating that all the other phones did. But also there's the cost of one of those phones, you know. So if that's within your budget, I'd say, yeah, just go straight to the 17s. I haven't heard much about the standard, the base model 17. I've only heard the Pro and the Pro Max. They're good, because they got their little cooling chamber thing. And then, I need to do the image flash today on the 5 Plus. Oh yes, yeah, you need to do that. I don't even know if I have to do that, cover that, because Rational IRL already has a video on how to set up Belabox. So I could just say, go check out Rational's video. That saves me from having to do it, you know. '17 Pro is quite well, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They are, unless you can get it on some kind of pay $10 a week or whatever, a month or whatever kind of thing. Pay it over time. But by the time you finish paying it off, it would have been a lot cheaper. It'll be like half the price or something. Yeah, it's like the S23 Ultra, which I'm still paying off. That is so much cheaper now versus when I got it. Although when I got it as part of a bundle. I think it was like the Christmas bundle or something. So I got the Ultra, I got a watch, I got Ultra, watch, earbuds. So I got 3 things for the same price as just for the phone. So technically it made it half price. Just another adventure. Hey, that's one. Yeah, but I think with what I'm seeing in Mobile, my next nice phone will be another iPhone. I would like to get a 17, maybe an 18. Haha. Because the Ultra is still plenty powerful. So the weakest link in my setup it's the iPhone. For sure. Yeah, my poor iPhone 11 can't handle it. It's starting to feel its age now. Well, it was a year or 2 ago. Not being able to stretch it out this long. Oh, I don't think we're charging over here. %. Well, oh, we are charging. What is our charge? Hey, that all? Only like 5 watts. That's not fast charging. It's like baby charge. Maybe we're not getting fast charging through that port. No. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with my cable, or I don't know. Not sure. It's gonna unplug. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We will go back to the other setup. I'm way too used to it. Actually, maybe we'll do a Belabox stream. I think we're missing that. Let's see. So you notice when you stream as non-pro, okay, you're getting a lot of study on streams, no problem with that. Well, what I like about Streamlabs is it gives you quite a lot for the app. You know, you can do disconnect protection in there, you can multi-stream if you redeem all these things as part of their reward system. But the technology of how it's streaming, it's still RTMP, it's still H.264. So that protocol and codec, they're very heavy for IRL. So you really need good internet to be able to stream with Streamlabs. No bonding too. So eventually you'll reach a limit to what that app can do, because it's like a big chunky car trying to drive on a skinny narrow road, you know. So a very wavy road. So it's just managing. And in most situations, it's going to be okay. But eventually you're going to have stuttering issues like that. So that's why I recommend using what I have, you know, like IRL Pro or Mobile. You can use a codec and a protocol which are more streamlined for IRL. So rather than H.264, use the newer H.265 or HEVC, same thing. So that's going to make it smaller. And also the protocol like SRT, that's smaller too. So now you're on a little skinny motorcycle on the same skinny roads. It's going to be a lot better. Versus the big chunky truck that you're on before, or chunky car. That was our metaphor. Now, with those technologies as well, Mobile, SRTLA, or IRL Pro, you can bond, so you can strengthen your connection, have two signals going into one, so that's going to help as well. Yeah. Now, if you're not really serious about IRL, you're going to do one live stream once, maybe. Let's say you're going to TwitchCon, going somewhere cool, and you want to just play around with it. So that's where Streamlabs is great. You know, awesome. And it's a good fallback plan too. If everything's kind of dying on you, all your setup and stuff, have that as a backup. Let's say your computer at home caught fire. It said, nah, I'm done. It's on fire, house is on fire. So no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to connect to it. So that's where you just switch to Streamlabs, because it's not going through your computer. Or let's say there was a power cut. That happens. Or your computer restarted. It's happened a couple of times. I've tried to turn it off, and then somehow there was an update that restarted the computer, so your stream ends. Yeah. So I have my setup, and then I have backup plans. Yeah, when I went to, let's see, Zoolandia in Wellington, I knew the connection there was going to be rough, and it was. And it got so rough, my computer stopped working. I think either LoopSRT or OBS, they bailed. I couldn't even connect to it. So then I stopped streaming, and then I think I used Streamlabs instead. Yeah, if the internet gets too rough, it's gonna mess with your gear. And it was worse a couple of years ago. It's not so bad now. I think with the updates to the media source and OBS, it's helped things, so you don't have the same issues like then, but they can still happen. Because when you go rough internet, everything goes into overgear, like hardcore mode. Your modems, your bonding connection, your home computer, to try and provide your internet, and then at a certain point it gives out. I think that happened at New Year's. You know, when it died, right before midnight. That was the same sort of thing. It wouldn't reconnect. But I didn't want to end the stream, so I could have killed the stream on the OBS side. Yeah, and like when I first chatted after I came back, I did a whole bunch of messages I missed while I was disconnected, and then I got your one when I was able to reconnect again. It's one of my goals this year, is to figure out how to get out of those connection locks. I'm going to call it that. Because with that setup I was using Mobile, and I was stuck on 250 kilobits. I've seen it a couple of times where they happened inside of Mobile. I was at 250 and wouldn't get out of it. So, actually, Christmas in the park, that happened, and also New Year's Eve. So I need to go to more big convention-y type things where that's going to happen, and then try and figure out how to break out of that. But from New Year's Eve, what happened was I just moved to an area where I could reconnect, and then I was okay. Staying in that location didn't do anything. So whether I just restarted Mobile, restart my phone, what do you call it? Airplane mode on, off. So no matter what I did, it wouldn't fix it. So I had to move out of the area, come back again, and then I was okay. So Tyler, you need to go? Okay, all good, no worries. Yep. See you next time. Using 4G, 5G. I was using both. I was bonded. So let's see, the iPhone had 4G, so I think that's one of the issues. It's just on 4G. And then I was bonded to the S23 Ultra, which is 5G. Alright, I think we're going to have to wrap up there because S23 Ultra is dying. We're on a very slim battery notch. I don't know. I think you could make it work. Like if I had the iPhone 11, I could just stream with that, and that's an old phone. And then we could use this mic, which is the Ulanzi J12. That would give us a decent mic. Looks like we're dying. 5% power. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it there, guys, before the stream ends it for us. Thank you, Ray. Thanks for hanging out. I can't. I don't have a choice now. DJ style. Yeah, we're okay, all good. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's go. Yeah, gonna head on out. So I'm just gonna type in a command over. Actually, can I do screen recording? This might accelerate my battery drain. Okay, I'm trying to do a screen recording. Can't record. Yeah, we're too low on battery. Dang! I know. I'm going to plug power directly into the phone. We're going to lose our good audio. Okay. Thank you, Marty. Look. For my S23 Ultra, it shows a resolution of 720p. If you keep an eye on the frame rate, you'll notice it goes up and down from a baseline of 30. This is called a variable frame rate, which can be jarring to watch and terrible to edit with the audio going out of sync. In either case, there's no manual way to choose your own settings like Full HD with a fixed frame rate of 60 fps. You'll need a different app for that, which we'll get to in a sec. As for hardware, you really should stream with a good phone. Recent phones have better cameras for low light and stabilization, 4G, maybe 5G, and more bands to stay connected longer. And if you can't upgrade, get to know your phone, what it can and can't do, so you'll know what you'll need in the next one. For now, you can switch to an app like IRL Pro on Android, or for iPhone, Larix, Streamcast Pro, or this new one for my channel, Streamcaster. All these apps should give you an option of live streaming with a resolution of 720 or 1080p with a fixed frame rate of 30 or even 60 fps. What you can and can't use will depend on knowing a few more of the basics. So let's move on to the second part of the diagram, bitrate. The Twitch app's take on bitrate is a bit like video frame rate. It goes up and down based on your bandwidth. When your bandwidth is good, the bitrate goes up. When it's bad, the bitrate goes down. In this part of my live stream, you can see the bitrate is around 2500 kilobits per second. The stream looks good until I enter this elevator where the bitrate drops below 1000, and well, it looks pretty terrible. Here the app is sacrificing stream image quality in order to stay connected, because the stream would probably end if you try to keep the good settings. For this, it would need disconnect protection, where a separate system monitors your phone's connection, like the bitrate. When the bitrate drops below a certain value, you might see a message saying the bitrate is low, explaining to your viewers why the stream suddenly looks choppy or blocky. When the bitrate gets to an even lower threshold, or 0, your viewers might see a message saying you'll be right back. To elaborate on all this, good stream image quality is tied to a preferred minimum bitrate. Apps like Streamcaster call this BMR, or bitrate matches resolution. You'll get the BMR after choosing your resolution, frame rate, and format. The last one, format, can be described as a type of video compression used when sending your live stream over the internet. There's the industry standard of H.264 and H.265 or HEVC. H.264 is what most platforms allow when you live stream to them directly, like when you use the Twitch app. HEVC is what I recommend in some of my videos because of how efficient it is for IRL live streaming. We'll cover HEVC in a second. For now, we're going to take a quick detour and jump into Streamcaster for iPhone. You should see similar options in Larix, Streamcast Pro, and IRL Pro on Android if you have them instead. Open the settings, video, and resolution, then check or change it to 1080p. For frame rate, choose 60 fps. Scroll down to Format and choose H.264. Then check or enable bitrate matches resolution. Just below the toggle button, you should see the BMR recommended bitrate of 4800 kilobits per second. It's not important if your numbers are different because everyone's probably using different apps and phones. What is important is how they change for your phone when you change the settings. Now change the format to HEVC and you'll see a new BMR. For me, it's 2400. This tells us HEVC doesn't need as much bandwidth as H.264 to provide a similar looking stream. I should note this is what the Streamcaster app recommends. IRL Pro and Android suggest higher values, so if you manually input a bitrate that's in the ballpark of what they suggest, I think you'll be fine. But it's easier to let BMR do its thing for you by leaving the BMR enabled. Welcome back everyone, I think we should be back. Let's see. I'm using the internal mic on the phone. I'm speaking real close to the phone too. Alright, I didn't get to wrap up and also wanted to record my phone screen to share or add that into the B-roll. Hello. Yeah, the phone completely died. It was on 5%, then 0. We've now got the charging cable plugged directly into the phone. That is for sure going to give the phone a fast charger. So just that alone, we were able to get the phone back streaming and also screen recording. Okay, now view should be a little wider. There's only, I think, electronic stabilization on the ultra wide screen. So I've got to be a little more careful with how I hold the phone. Thank you, Ray. So let's see. I think we need to do a screen recording over here. Okay, screen recording on the iPhone. We've got real-time chat open. We've also got the Kick app to be able to hear what's happening on the stream. I'm going to type in a command, which is ending. No, we don't have that as a shortcut. But once I've entered that in, then we will. Okay. So I've got ending now as a shortcut. This StreamerBot has picked up on the chat message. It is saying ending soon, yes. So we're going to let it go through its process of wrapping up the stream. 90 seconds and then the stream will end. Yeah, we'll just end it there. 75 seconds. Okay, cool. Alright. And I can also see that on my phone screen, the streaming phone. So over here I can see it. So slightly different process of how I do things inside of Moblin, and it does help to have a second phone to be able to run chat commands and things, you know. And then I can also see StreamerBot's sort of thank you list. So this is something that I've done inside of StreamerBot as a reminder of people to thank. So Maori did this sub. I was over on Team Green, as some people would say. I quite like that. Yeah. Thank you, Maori, for the sub. Appreciate you. Thank you everyone who has supported the channel. Yeah, that is us. Alright folks, I'll see you next time. Friday for my usual stream. Hope you have a great rest of your week.